Ever wondered what truly drives the price of an asset through time, beyond the simple supply and demand charts from your introductory economics class? Then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into a book that is not just an academic text, but a cornerstone of modern quantitative finance, Duffie's Dynamic Asset Pricing Theory. Be warned, this isn't for the faint of heart. This is for those who want to understand the rigorous mathematical machinery that powers the world of finance. So, what makes Duffie's work so fundamental? It systematically builds the entire framework for pricing assets in continuous time. Forget discrete step-by-step models. We're talking about a world where information flows constantly and prices react instantaneously. Duffie starts with the basics, the absence of arbitrage. This isn't just a concept, it's the mathematical bedrock. He shows that in a frictionless market, the absence of risk-free profit opportunities implies the existence of a special mathematical tool called a state price deflator, or a stochastic discount factor. This is the key that unlocks everything else. With the state price deflator, we can price any asset, no matter how complex, by taking the expected present value of its future payoffs. But the theory doesn't stop there. It then connects this abstract concept to more practical ideas like risk-neutral pricing. This is the intellectual leap that allows quants to price derivatives, from simple options to exotic swaps, using the powerful language of stochastic calculus and martingales. Duffie elegantly demonstrates that under a risk-neutral measure, the price of any asset is simply its discounted expected future value. The book then progresses into the core of dynamic models, the term structure of interest rates. How are the yields on bonds of different maturities related? Duffie explores affine and quadratic models, providing a rigorous foundation for understanding why the yield curve moves the way it does. These aren't just abstract equations. They are the models used by central banks and institutional investors to manage trillions of dollars in fixed income securities. He dissects models like Vasicek and Cox-Ingersoll-Ross, not just presenting the formulas, but deriving them from first principles of equilibrium and no arbitrage. Finally, Duffie tackles the frontier of asset pricing, models with market imperfections. What happens when there are transaction costs, or when investors have different information? The book provides a framework for thinking about these real-world frictions. It shows how things like borrowing constraints or asymmetric information can fundamentally alter asset prices and expected returns. This is where the theory gets really challenging, but also incredibly rewarding, as it brings us closer to explaining market phenomena that simpler models cannot. To put it bluntly, reading Duffie is a rite of passage. It's the bridge between having a casual interest in finance and possessing a deep structural understanding of how asset prices are formed in a dynamic world. It demands a solid grasp of probability theory, measure theory, and stochastic processes. But for those willing to put in the work, dynamic asset pricing theory offers an unparalleled level of clarity and intellectual rigor. It's not a book about how to trade, it's a book about how to think. If you found this overview valuable and want more deep dives into the foundational texts of quantitative finance, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.